How's it going, guys? King of the fourth quarter here, and I'm back with another challenge video. And in this one, we're going to be going with the best players to come from a mid-major school. So look at this roster, man. This roster is just stacked with so much talent from the first person in the lineup to the very last. All these guys are quality NBA players. Mid-major players are guys that came from colleges that are lower than like the Kentuckys, the Michigan States, like teams from the ACC, the SEC, and things like that. So let's look at the team we have. Steph Curry is from Davidson. We all know probably one of the smaller universities that is D1. You got San Diego State, Fresno State with Paul George, Weber State. Like, you can see all these guys come from colleges that a lot of people don't know about. So a lot of these guys they were highly mis-scouted coming out of college, because when you go to a mid-major school, you're kind of going against players that aren't the best. You know what I mean? You're going against other players that are solid, but not as high as players from like Kentucky or Duke. So they were really, I think a lot of scouts kind of took that against them. But you can see from the roster, we have a lot of players that are great. And it's so hard to make a star lineup for this team, man. You got Steph Curry, the reigning MVP, but then you have Damian Lillard, too, a guy that's been tearing the league up. So I think I want to start both of these guys over CJ. So I'll have Damian Lillard be our shooting guard for now. Actually, let's see if his overall jumps if we make him a shooting guard, because I kind of look at him as a score-first point guard, even though, of course, he does have the passing ability and things like that. So let's see if we change him to shooting guard, what his overall goes to. Okay, it went up, actually. It did go up a little bit. So he'll be our starting shooting guard. Kawhi Leonard, and we have Paul George on the bench for now. We'll see if that stays the way. But this team is definitely stacked. So I'm going to go right into it. We're going to go into it and stem some games. We're going to go to... Actually, let's look at the power rankings first. We always got to look at the power rankings. NBA.com has us 13th. So that's not terrible. 2K Sports has us 8th. And then Mark Spears has us number 1. Over the Golden State Warriors, over the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's really solid. We're going to go to January 1st. And let's see how good this team actually is when we sim some games. Of course, as games go on, our chemistry will go up a little bit. Kawhi Leonard's injured for a couple days, so Paul George is stepping to that spot perfectly. And I think this is another team that I can definitely see beating the 72-10 record. That would be the 4th one in this challenge series to beat 72-10, and that would be very solid. We already have 2 losses, though, against 2 really capable teams. We lost to Cleveland, and then we lost to OKC. So, yeah, I decided to make this challenge. This wasn't suggested to me from anyone. It was just kind of something I thought about, because there's a lot of players that are mid-major type players in this this upcoming draft that definitely can be solid. And I just think those guys are passed up a lot. Like, Steph Curry was a talent, man. People thought he was too small. He didn't go against great competition besides like the NCAA tournament. And people like that definitely deserve a chance. So I decided to put them all on one team and see what we could do. It's been great so far. 30-4 going into the new year, which is great. We ended with a loss against the Kings, which is terrible. Marco Bellinelli really went crazy. 33 points. That's probably a career high for him. Let's look. Yeah, 33 is a career high for Marco. Let's look at our stats, man, because we have so many players that can go out there and score the ball. Of course, we're being led by Steph Curry, 23-8, which is great. 23-8 is great. Last year, what he averaged? He averaged 23-7 last year, so 23-8 is pretty good. Damian Lillard, of course. Like, I didn't expect anybody to be averaging 30 because we have so many pieces and everybody wants to shoot the ball. So good for us. We're probably leading the league and overall conference. Yeah, we're leading the conference in record, and the same thing with the West. We're leading that. The West still, like, the Warriors are still leading the West, and they don't have Steph Curry, but they still have a pretty solid team. Draymond Green is their highest overall. Then, oh my God, Klay is averaging 31 points. So that's got to be leading the league. Okay, he's second in the league behind KD, but 31 points for Klay. Can you imagine? If Steph Curry was out, Klay Thompson can be averaging 31 points a game. That is just ridiculous. So let's go into All-Star break, and of course, we'll see if we have any All-Star participants. I'm hoping that we do, because we do have Paul George. We have the Steph Curry. We have players like that. So I would hope that this team definitely at least has a couple All-Stars. And it's looking like we're on pace. If I'm not mistaken, we're on pace to beat the 72-10 record. So we want to keep that up, go into the playoffs and do what we do, win a couple games there, and try to win another championship. That's the plan right now, to win another championship. This challenge series has been going really well as far as me constructing teams that win championships. Of course, a lot of them are suggested by you guys, but it's been going really well. 44-4 at this point. That is just ridiculous. first 14-game win streak. Like, one of these challenges, we went into All-Star game on like a 3-game win streak, and we ended like on a 26-game win streak, and that was just ridiculous. A streak that long is crazy. I think a couple teams have done it. Like, the Warriors have done it this year, and then the Cavs were on that streak. Not the Cavs, but the Heat. The Heat that had Wade, Bosh, and LeBron, and then my Bulls took that out. That was probably like a 2011, 2012-ish. But going into All-Star break, we are 47-6. So let's take a look and see if we have any All-Stars. Steph Curry, of course, the starting PG in the All-Star game. But that's it. We only have Steph Curry in that. And of course, we, again, the Timberwolves have 3 players in the dunk contest. In the 3-point shootout, we have Steph and Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard has been going crazy in real life. Like, he was snubbed for the All-Star game. And then after that, he's just been on a tear. The last couple games, he's been putting up like 30 plus. He put up 51 against the Warriors. Like, the guy's trying to show the league that he should have been an All-Star, which I think he should have been too. It's kind of a touchy subject because if you look at the roster from the All-Star game, I was trying to pick out one player that didn't deserve to be there or Damian deserved to be over more. And not just talent. I just couldn't figure out one player that didn't deserve to be there. A lot of people were saying like Klay Thompson shouldn't be there, but Klay Thompson's still averaging 20 points a game. I don't know. It's really touchy. Hopefully he gets in there next year. I don't know who would have to take a seat. And of course, players are always progressing too. So who knows, next year somebody can take a big leap and become All-Star type. And we're just tearing the league up right now. 12-game win streak. Oh, as soon as I say that, we take a loss. But we were just on a 12-game win streak. We're 2 losses away from at least tying the 72-10 record. But I'm hoping we just win out and get another 72-10 beat. 70-8 right now, so just a couple more games left in the season. It's looking good. 11-game streak, and we will beat the record. I think it was 75-8, so that's really good for us. We look at the season awards. Kevin Durant, MVP. Jahlil Okafor wins Rookie of the Year. Jahlil Okafor is there because we traded Jahlil Okafor for Damian Lillard, so he averaged 20 plus. Wow. And then Mason Plumlee was 6th Man of the Year. DeAndre Jordan got traded to OKC again, probably for Inez Cantor. Wow, Joe Ingles was the most improved player. I don't understand how he got so many men. Oh, we took Gordon Hayward off their team. So Joe Ingles is probably their started small forward now. So good for him. And then Billy Donovan won Coach of the Year, even though we had the best record in the league. So let's get right into the playoffs. Let's go right into the playoffs. Our first series against the Detroit Pistons. Let's take a look at their roster and see if they made any changes. Do we have to be worried about anybody? No. They picked up Patrick Patterson, but other than that, it's the same old roster. They're missing Jody Meeks and they're missing Anthony Tulliver. So I'm expecting a sweep here. I'm definitely expecting a sweep. So let's see how it goes. 2-0 is what we're on now. 3-0, and it looks like the sweep was perfect. We definitely did the sweep. So that's good for us. Let's see who took off in this first playoff series for us. Steph Curry in the playoffs averaging 31 points and 7 assists. That is just ridiculous. And it looks like all of our guys are healthy, except for Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward's out for the season, but we pretty much are pretty healthy going into the playoffs, which is good. So the next round, we're going to be going against the New York Knickerbockers. So let's see if they made any changes to their roster. No, they have the same old guys they always have. So it should be, again, another easy win for us. Game 1, we take. Game 2, we do. Game 3, we win. And Game 4, we take the sweep again. And let's see if Steph is keeping that play up in this playoffs. So he dropped just a little bit, but 28.6 is still amazing. And his assists went up too. So he's averaging 28 and 8 in the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard, 20 and 7. And then you can see the rest. So let's go against the Cavs in the next round. Let's see if they trade it. They usually trade Kevin Love, but this one they didn't. And they didn't trade anybody. They still have the same roster. They picked up Reggie Evans, I guess, out of free agency. I don't know why. Elton Brand. And then, yeah, that's it. But the same old roster. I always find trouble going against the Cavs because, of course, they got LeBron. They have their own big 3, but let's see how it goes. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we lose. Let's look at the box score for that one. LeBron put up 43, 7, and 8, and they barely won. So I don't expect LeBron to put up those numbers every night. So if we could prevent him from doing that, we should win the series. We win the next game. 3-1 victory, and we get into the championship. So that's really solid, and we're going to be going against the OKC Thunder. So we did see that OKC made a trade. They traded Inez Cantor for DeAndre Jordan, and that's pretty much it. So they have the same old roster other than that small change. Well, that's actually a big change, not a small change. That is a big change. So they have a little more defense down in that center position, and let's see how it goes. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we lose. Let's look at the box score. We lost by 1 point in overtime. And it was a very, very well-rounded game for them. Russell Westbrook only had 4 points, but he had 15 rebounds and 16 assists. That is just crazy. Let's go back into it. We lost another game. It's not looking good, boys. It's not looking like we're going to win this championship. 45 points for KD. Let's see if we can go the next game. We're down 3-1, which is terrible. We may lose this series. We're going to simcast it from here on, and hopefully we can get these W's, man. Let's hope we can get them. We're going to do it as fast as we can until we get to the second half, and we'll slow it down. So it's another close game. Hopefully we can pull away. It looks like we are. We're definitely pulling away with this one, guys. So it looks like we're going to take this next game, and we're one step closer to coming back. Kawhi Leonard, 33 and 9. Crazy numbers for him. Okay, so we're down 3-2. So this next game is big. And we started off pretty hot, 17 and 6. Oh, we're just tearing them up. But that can change in a matter of seconds. So let's just hope that we can keep it up. We'll make it faster. We're up by almost 30. So it looks like we will be forcing a game 7. So let's make it fast again. 14 points that we put up. Again, Kawhi leading the score. So he's been stepping up. Game 7 is where it goes down. So let's see how it goes for us, man. We're going to go fast until, of course, the second half like I always do. And it's another close one. You guys have been asking me to jump in. Oh, we're taking the lead. Oh my God, it's looking good, boys. It's definitely looking good. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to jump in. 33 seconds left. We're up by 20, so it looks like we will be taking the championship. Okay, so here we go in the game. 30 seconds left. We don't want to be unsportsmanlike, so we're going to try to run down as much clock as we can. Man, look at Philly. Look how many fans are here in Philly right now. Probably the most they've had in 6 or 7 years. But Steph Curry with the pick and roll, easy layup, and that's going to wrap it up, guys. 12 and a half seconds left. It looks like we're going to be winning this championship, and it's great. They took out, wow, where is Russell? Why is Russell not in this game right now? Is he injured or something? Did he get injured in this game? I don't see him on the bench. Oh, he's actually on the bench. Well, nonetheless, we win the championship. Game 7, go out there and win by 20. The perfect game for guys to step it up. You see the celebration. This is like the third time I've actually seen the celebration. And it's a little different every time, I must say. It's a little different every time. But we do win the championship. Look at those guys in there. Can you imagine those guys being on the same team somewhere down the line? That would just be an amazing backcourt. Champions, Philadelphia 76ers. So if you did enjoy the video, as always, be sure to leave it a like. Russell was salty, but he's showing a little love to Damian Lillard. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave it a like. It's a king in the fourth quarter. Thanks so much for watching.